Well, we came to Austin this year for South by, which would be, I think, the third time that we've done it. And I think it's the most fun this time. I'm really trying to soak it in. The other times were kind of crazy. We did one where we did like the real world thing. And so that was neat, but I didn't really kind of get into it the way I'm getting into it now. So it's good. Honestly, when I was in high school, I had a favorite band, Self, that's what they were called. They were called Self. That I was obsessed with for years. They were like my favorite band. And so then I got to meet him, and he produced both of our records. And so that was like the coolest thing ever at the time. And like, that was truly, I was, nerve-wracked and scared meeting him. Like, so that was awesome. That would be a very big influence in like the way that I think about writing songs and recording songs especially too. I think just traveling to cool places has been part of the biggest experience of doing this for like a living. We got to go to the Philippines and Indonesia and like crazy places like that, and Japan and Australia. That's the coolest. Like, I love being able to kind of check those off my list of having gone to them. I think the biggest change in the recording between the first record and the second record was just the way that I did it. When I started out the band, I had I lived with my parents, and I had a laptop and I had a bedroom, and so I would sequence things because I had to do it quietly, and I didn't have a drum kit, that sort of scenario. So that was just the vehicle that you were using to make music. And so then after that record, I was able to kind of put together a room full of instruments and microphones and actually record drums and have people come over and play horns, and I guess just learn how to record was the biggest difference. Yeah, no, I never had any musical education when I was growing up. I just got a guitar, acoustic guitar for Christmas, 6th grade, and then electric guitar, 8th grade. And I took one guitar lesson, and I learned the musical notes, how to read music, but then I forgot it again, so I don't know how now. Yeah, I mean, I guess growing up in the time that we did, you grew up in the internet. Like, I grew up starting bands. Half of the band was like making a website. Like, that was half the point of what you were doing. So I think that's just kind of ingrained in you. And I think there's people that are younger than me now that it's even more ingrained in them. But luckily, I'm somewhat familiar with this internet thing. It's tough. I try not to think about the business side too much, with the business side versus the artistic side. I think you kind of got to segregate them. I try to just work on just the artistic side, I guess, and then afterwards step back, look at it, and then maybe think about how the business could work. And hopefully it works or it doesn't, I don't know. But I think if you have that in mind at the start, it can kind of poison the whole thing. My piece of advice and my credo, I think, is just to kind of start doing it. I think people kind of worry about setting all this up and getting this big infrastructure and getting a manager or all that other stuff. And I feel like you should just start from the ground level, and then you take one step at a time. That's all I could say. Hi, I'm Forrest from Hellogoodbye, and I'm with the GRAMMYs at South by Southwest.